It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He comes in 5th in passing touchdowns so far. It's the Dolphins and the Raiders, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for joining us, football fans. I'm Kate Scott, joined in the booth by my partner, Brock Hewitt. And this week, Brock, got one group coming in off a win, another off that well-earned bye. Should make for a really energetic game. I'm wondering if you think one has the advantage over the other.
Well, I'd like to know how every single body feels down there, but we don't. My guess is they're all hurting a little bit because once you get past the opener, you're never quite 100%. So I typically will lean with the team coming off a win. You feel good about yourself. You feel good in your preparation.
Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go. It's Week 11. Set to return, this is Braxton Berrios. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 5th-year lefty out of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the first.
Encroachment, defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty. Tua off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
That's caught, Devon Achane. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there, and it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Tagovailoa now against the blitz. Completes this one to Braxton Berrios. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
This one's taken in by Hill. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. That's a pickup of 9. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Tagovailoa off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Tua now from the gun. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Raiders get to it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but their first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
And such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success, you get that ball moving, and then you're right, you just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out.
So here come the Raiders now for their opening drive. They're led out by the mustached quarterback from Washington State, Gardner Minshew.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. They'll get 6 on the run, but still need twice that now. 3rd and 12 coming up. Minshew working from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Into the red zone. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal. To the ground with Madison. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he gets in, touchdown! The Raiders start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Dolphins nothing.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Barrios now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And so far, with a chunk of the season gone, you can see he's been the league's most productive receiver in terms of yardage. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Brought down by Christian Wilkins. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll stick with Achane. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there, stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Incomplete on the jumble.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
1st and 10.
Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it'll be Raider football. You're set up at the 35 now. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. David Long getting to the spot that time. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Here's Madison again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Play action, it's Minshew. That's caught for the first. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Out of the gun, Minshew. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
From the shotgun, Minshew. Gallop there to haul it in. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the first.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here, following the penalty. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, a run for Madison. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Alexander Madison, the ball carrier.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He breaks a tackle, and the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. And he's in. Touchdown! The Raiders get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with a touchdown.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Dolphins, nothing.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Washington now to return. Returns looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. Things sure have started out rough, and they've stayed that way through 2 drives. Maybe drive number 3 here is where we see this offense get rolling. Tagovailoa on first down. Connection made to Beckham. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down, here's Tua. Achane reels it in. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. It was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down. Offense to the line for second down. Motion man sent left. Going play action, Tagovailoa. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
This defense could not make a bigger statement out of the gate with this game. Man, the lead up to a ball game, trash talk. Right, things said in the paper, bulletin board material, whatever it is. This defense took something personal, Kate, and they are taking it out on this quarterback.
On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Raiders and Devontae Adams getting set for another look here. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. Minshew on first down. He's got the hook up to Adams. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Fakes the handoff, now Minshew. Got a man, it's Mayer. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. 3rd and just 2 to go. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's gonna be brought down after reaching the 43. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Sticking in the air with Minshew. No place to go, so he just threw it away. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Throwing now, off play action. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And they're going to try to break through this defense and put some points up. They're down 14-zip. They'll start the drive with Achane. That call going against the offense. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. It's caught. This is Jalen Wright. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They've got a man in motion. Second down carry for Achane. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Now following the play, we see the medical staff hurrying out for an injured Raider. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. Here's Tagovailoa. On target to his man, Barrios. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed third down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Jake Bailey's going to kick it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch called for and taken just beyond midfield. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Madison. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Dolphins got it! And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. New set of downs for him at the 38. Achane, a 1st down carry. And he's going to manage a lone. Drive up the gut. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw, Tagovailoa. Able to find Achane. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Trey Tucker to return it. And look at this return. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. 1st and 10, Minshew. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
They go with Madison here. And he takes this ahead to the 40-yard line before going down. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Minshew working from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Tight end going in motion here. First down, Tagovailoa to throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Tua out of the pistol. Jukes one defender. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. The Raiders go a nickel on this third down. Tua now from the gun. And the Raiders get there and take him down. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. Jake Bailey on the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Broke through the tackle, fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And they steal it back on the return.
Well, I'm pretty sure this Kate special teams coach is going to have a long talk with him after that one. You can get as creative as you want, but you can't give away the ball. You can't lose yardage, and you start turning the ball over like that, you're not going to be returning punts much longer.
First throw for the backup now. Has a man, it's Achane. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he's able to get this down to the 36. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be first down, Miami.
That's good for the Dolphins. First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Going to the ground again on first. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They run the counter to Achane. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Got his target. It's Hill. And they bring him down around the 34.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
A 51-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
The wind was at his sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set, first and 10. From the shotgun, Minshew. This will be caught by Adams. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll come up first and 10.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Raiders.
Out of the gun, Minshew. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. That one doesn't make it beyond the line. So it'll be second down. Throwing here, Minshew. This is hauled in by Myers. And that will not be enough for a first down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Madison. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Here comes A.J. Cole back to the field for a punt. Tyreek Hill deep for the Dolphins. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Miami offense headed out there now. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one does not go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. Here's Thompson. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Now we're going to have a stoppage after that return. Looks like somebody was shaken up on the play. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Play action, it's Minshew. Trying for the deep ball. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. Gallup will go in motion right. Minshew now on 3rd down. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
He has it at the 13. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And it'll be Dolphins football. This offense ready to get going again now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Getting out to his left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Putting a receiver in motion. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Dolphins driving ahead. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again following the sack. Beckham there to grab it. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. 3rd down run from Achane. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. Here's Jake Bailey now on for the punt. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Throwing on first is Minshew. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
To throw again on second down here, Minshew. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up third down. The give now to Madison. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And he's going to do the honors for the fourth time today. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Dolphins send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Finds the in route, complete. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second
From the 33 on second down.
33-yard line.
Gets everything he has under this throw. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Achane reels it in. And he's brought down at the line. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And up by 8, not expecting them to get too aggressive this close to halftime. Minshew on first down. Looking. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on second down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Looks like that last play convinces them to keep this one on the ground. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. So at halftime, the Raiders fighting to an advantage on the road. Now it's up north to Orlando for a look around the league. We've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was our visitors who were able to walk away with the road victory. Jaden Daniels sharp in the victory as his guys get back within a game of 500. It was a running back, Alexander Madison, who put together a solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Sanders all set to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Vegas offense ready to start this third quarter. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Minshew setting up to throw. Into traffic, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
At the 43-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Laube. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
On the ground, it's Laube again. And they bring him down around the 34. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
Up the middle they go with Madison. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, two-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity. They give it to Madison. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Out of the pistol, Minshew. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
The Raiders' kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Washington now to return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Second half begins with a run by Achane. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
In motion left is Beckham. From the 35 on 2nd down. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
At the 46-yard line.
Here's Achane up the middle. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still first down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Jukes out a one-stop, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that first down, and he went and got it.
And they stop the reverse and hand them a big loss on the play.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on that play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
The best offenses in the league, and I don't really care what level it is, Kate. They stretch you vertically, and they'll stretch you horizontally. You show them that same look and just push the ball vertical, they'll catch on to it. But you start to mix and match and run these guys across the field, you become dangerous.
They go play action on first. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Man in motion here. They go play action here. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins start the second half with some needed points. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. Escapes the pocket. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
No good. That keeps the
You go
score
with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Has this at the 6. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. 1st and 10, Minshew. Throw reeled in by Mayer. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So 2nd down coming up. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 6 yards the pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Minshew working from the gun. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it sets up 2nd down. Handoff running left, A-Chain. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding. Offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They'll run here, following the penalty. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 12.
A-Chain again. And he's up to the 7-yard line as he gets hauled down. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he drives it towards the other end of the field. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Raiders are back onto the field, led by Gardner Minshew. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Out of the gun, Minshew. Complete, it's Myers. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's the give to Madison. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start. Offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Running it after the penalty. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Javon Holland there to make the stop. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 14.
Makes the handoff. Now Minshew. Short pass caught by his tight end.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Finds his target, Gallup. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense running back out now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now Thompson to throw. Completes this one to Hill. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Dolphins ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode. They trail to start the fourth. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Encroachment, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Putting the tight end in motion. Thompson has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. 3rd down coming up. Throwing now, off play action. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. And that brings up 4th and long. On now comes their punter. Jake Bailey's gonna kick it away. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one, headed for the sideline. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. And this one doesn't go far. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Minshew. Got a man, it's Mayer. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Minshew. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt goes 63 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
A-Chain on the inside give. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And they can't connect on the third down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got fourth down. They'll send out the punting unit. And they could really use a good one here. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Raider football. They've got first down from the 31. Minshew. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
That's Mayer. He's got it. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Third and just 2 to go. Quick pass, right side, complete. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Punting unit out now. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. It's fielded at the 14. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Now this offense ready to head back out. Throwing from the gun. Complete to Beckham. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
He finds OBJ. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They run the counter to Achane. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Raiders' 45-yard line.
Thompson back to throw. Taken in by Smith. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
The Dolphins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Thompson now. Gets this to OBJ. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 35-yard line.
They bring Berrios in motion. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. He gets 6 on that play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And they send a man in motion. They go play action on first. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Looks like play has been paused. We've got a timeout taken by the defense. Second down carry for Achane. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Slot man motioned over. 3rd down run from Achane. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Dolphins trail by 8. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He brings it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Achane punches it in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins cut it to just 2 late in the game. Devon Achane with the touchdown. So there's part 1, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now you'd imagine comes a try for 2.
Yeah, and this might be just as tough as to go get that touchdown they just did because, well, they work on 2-point conversions, but they're difficult. This is also a must-have, though, Kate, if they want to try and force overtime.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Setting up to pass. And that catch gets them the 2. We're all tied up here in the 4th. Whew, crisis averted, Brock. They got the 2 and the tie for now, at least. It looks like they have staved off the L and forced themselves overtime.
Yeah, those 2 critical words you just said right there, for now, like for right now. But there's a lot more time on that clock than this defense would care to see. They got to step up. Offense just stepped up, got the 2-point conversion. Now defense, you got to respond to send this game to overtime.
Sanders all set to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. Here he is to throw. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Brought in right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Back to throw. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. He'll look to throw it. Complete. It's Myers. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Las Vegas.
They'll run. This is Madison. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their 1st. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll go right back to Madison. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Right side into the hands of Adams. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final time out here. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Enough goes to Madison, running right. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. A 34-yard.
That one is good. And he hits one more time to win them this game. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners, as we say so long from Miami.